Hi, friends. It's me, Kristie.
And I'm Jeffrey.
And together, we are Red and Green, the podcast.
Someone's outside talking. You're loud. We're recording the podcast. Silence. Oh, my goodness. Silence. Dagnabbit.
Shut up.
Great days alive.
Okay. Are you ready to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I already had started recording.
I'm sure.
I'm going to leave that in there.
I'm sure you are.
Okay. So, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I said asking. Tasking. I meant asking.
I mean, for real.
So, what'd you do today?
Well, I went to work at a church. Mm-hmm. Then came home, chilled out, ate.
Did you eat anything good?
Cookies.
Yeah. He found this cookie place near our house, and it's like this gourmet cookie place. Well, I said our house. It's
honestly,
my house.
I mean, your house.
I meant Florida, but it's actually near my house. But he was like, I need those cookies. So yesterday, he went and got cookies, and unfortunately, I can't eat the cookies.
Unfortunately, I can't. I mean, fortunately, I can.
You're not a very good friend.
Not trying to be. I was really enjoying my cookies.
You know what?
What? I'm not going to get punished.
One day when you're old and can't eat something, I'm going to eat it in front of you.
Oh, the guilt is killing me.
I'm going to.
It really is.
You know, I think it's hateful, though.
It really is. Oh,
geez. You know I love cookies. You know how fat my heart is?
Well, sorry.
My heart is so fat.
Sorry. My heart is not on a diet, so I ate my cookies.
How many did you eat, Jeff?
I'm about 1 or 2.
Jesus, no, you went to
plus 2.
You work at a church, and you just said,
why you letting folks in the church don't lie? That's what I want to know right now. Can we clarify what your level of expectation just then?
Point made.
Honestly, this
that
is what
tracks.
we're doing?
Okay, that tracks. My bad. Okay.
You really said the church. Okay.
Sorry. Things got serious real quick.
For real.
Okay, so we listened to our trailer, guys. What did you think of our trailer, Jeff?
It was extremely scripted, and it sounded like we just read from the paper.
We absolutely read from the paper, Jeffrey, over and over. Did we think it sounded like garbage?
It sucked.
It sucked, but at least we got the information. Here's the thing. We got the information out there, and we're doing all of this ourselves. There's no like sound engineer or anything like that. So the audio might...
Oh, no one's saying, cut!
Yeah, for real. So the audio might be garbage at times, but we didn't know that some places took a long time to get it up.
I mean, for real.
So we wanted our real first episode to launch all at the same time. So we had to go through and get a trailer so that at times they could get up there. So sorry. This is why we didn't like post about it on our personal social medias or anything, because it's kind of like, go listen to the first episode. Please don't really listen to the trailer, but it's out there. I mean, but really don't listen to the trailer.
And people hear us and like, that's not their personality. So we need to be who we are. So now we're being who we are.
Right. Well, I mean, we tried. We're not scripted. We did a good job for trying. I'm proud of us for trying.
Good for you for effort. Yay.
You know what?
Okay. Yay.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I did my best there.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
I hate you.
Listen.
I hate you.
Boo. But okay. Yay. That was good.
Go ahead. Is that what you think you're ready to say?
No, continue.
Oh, I hate that so much. Continue. Continue. Okay, but what we're really doing right now, the whole plan of today, is to have a little bit of just to get to know us, to know who we are. Some of y'all might know me. Some of y'all might know him. Some of y'all might not know who either one of us are. So maybe everybody can learn a little something about us.
Cool.
So, you want me to start?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So, my name is Kristie, and I'm the green of Red and Green. I'm a 43-year-old single mom of 3. 2 grown, and then 1 like, hey, let's just do it one more time. So my middle child just graduated high school. And when she graduated, I sat there and thought, man, I could have been done.
You did say that.
I did say that.
You really did.
Because I could have been done.
Kid walked across the stage and you looked to your side of you and there was another kid.
It's like, and
I'm next.
And it's like, but no, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my little guy. But it's just one of those, there's 8 years difference between my middle and my youngest. So, yeah, it's like, whoo. Anyway, so for the past 10 plus years, I don't even know how many now, I have worked in the automotive industry in some way, shape, or form. Started off selling cars, ended up doing car. Well, I did actually homeowners insurance in the middle.
Did you?
Yeah. It was a very brief stint.
Okay.
But it was for a company that I won't say because they don't want to sponsor us, but there could or could not have been a lizard involved in their branding. And then I went to be a auto damage adjuster. And so then I've been in the body shop ever since then. So since like automotive, like that part of the industry, years, lots of years. I also am a blogger. We'll get into that a little bit more later.
Yes, she blogs a lot. And it's very, very good.
Thank you.
You need to go check it out. Brazen,
yes. I am bold, unafraid.
Wow.
I felt like that should have
been a commercial.
I think I should have had a better voice, like a stronger voice for it. Like, brazen.
Boo. No.
Quit booing. I hate that. Ugh. Anyway, so I'm an avid Baltimore Ravens fan.
And I am a Dallas Cowboys fan.
What does that bandwagon feel like?
But what do I feel like? What?
I said, what does that bandwagon feel like? Is it a good ride? Is it a smooth ride, the bandwagon?
You got jokes. Watch this shit for the Cowboys, everybody out there. You just watch.
Okay.
All you Cowboy haters, you just watch.
Oh, we've been watching for 20 years.
Wow.
Okay. I am a fan of Disney, but not weirdly. But I go to the parks a lot. But I'm a season pass holder and I live in Orlando. So get your money's worth.
For
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Like I'm not the person who wears like all Mickey clothes. Although I do have I do have silver Yoda Crocs. You like the silver Yoda Crocs though. You thought they were funny.
I did.
Yes.
I said that.
Yes, when I wore them.
Oh.
Yeah, you thought they were my kids.
I mean, it wouldn't be beyond the stretch of imagination.
Well, no, they look more like kids, but I like them anyway. You know, sometimes you want to be fancy with silver Crocs, whatever.
Okay.
Let's see. I am a avid arts and crafts person.
Yes.
I say that like camping, but it's not like camping.
Yeah.
You know, I think of like
I actively create.
Yeah, well, like I do a lot of stuff. Like I do some weird art stuff that I like. Mm-hmm. You like my weird art, don't you?
Yeah.
Like the
really
stuff with beads and pictures and I do like a lot of
very talented. Yeah, very
collages.
Yeah, it's very very creative.
Yeah, it's fun. It keeps my mind sane. But then I also like to make like funny shirts.
Yeah.
With funny sayings because I got a cricket.
What's one of the funny sayings that you had on there?
I got tats and Jesus.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's the most recent one I made was I have tats and Jesus. And then I've got like namaste witches for Halloween.
I understand.
And she's sitting in a yoga pose because I do yoga. And it was Halloween and she's a witch. Namaste witches, which is a play on. And you know, we ain't going to say that. But you can, and it's funny.
Oh, okay.
That was a funny shirt.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
You do too.
I don't 3.
Whatever. Okay. I have a problem called TikTok.
It's called an addiction.
Yeah, like I'm not an avid TikTok putter-outer content maker. I'm not one of those. But I will literally sit there and lose 30 minutes. But I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't see it any different than somebody else watching Grey's Anatomy or what's another show?
NCIS.
Okay. But I like NCIS too, though. But
me too.
But like, I will sit there and I will. What's the difference? An hour's an hour if you're watching something, and these just make me laugh.
Well, Facebook, Instagram. If you're scrolling, It'll be the same thing.
Yeah. But I don't comment either.
Yeah.
I just literally look at the videos and they make me laugh like so hard. And if I send you a TikTok textually, like we're friends.
Yeah. True.
Like that's the way to say that you're. If you ever get a TikTok from me through text message, we're close. I'm just saying. But the podcast thing was something I brought to Jeff, a year and a few months ago?
Yeah.
Over a year ago. And we started talking about it because I felt like you'll find out a little more as we go on, but podcasts have been a source of like sanity for me in a way at times. When I have worked at a desk job and have had a lot on my mind, you know that your mind can go to all sorts of different places. And a podcast was something that would like actually bring me humor at times or just to keep my brain engaged.
Yeah.
Like an audio book. But you get to where you know the people and they almost seem like little friends in a way. So it's kind of comforting and something to look forward to. So that's a little bit about me and my why and to how we're here at this point. Well, apparently he agreed with me. Or I talked him into it, wore him down.
You talked me into it. You talked me into it.
But whatever. Okay, I hit pause for a second. Sorry. So we're back. So sorry. As I said, we're new. So Jeff, go. Who are you? Tell us about yourself.
Well, Jeffrey Redding. I'm born and raised in Orlando, Florida. I teach in Orlando. So I have brothers. And so my mother raised, I come from a single parent home, and she raised four of us, four boys, and we were four knuckleheads. So she's an incredible mother who raised us all by herself. And we love her dearly, and she is our hero. Other than that, I went to all my public schools here, well, you don't know the name of the school. It doesn't even matter. What school do you go to? Yeah. No, elementary, middle, high school. And from there, went to my undergrad and graduate schools. I both went to in Tallahassee, FAMU for my undergrad. And,
go Rattlers.
Yeah. And for my, for grad school, for my master's and my PhD, the Florida State University. Go Seminoles. Go Noles. So other than that, then I'm back in Orlando and taught high school for many, many years. And I absolutely love that experience. High school choir. And so I'm a choral guy. And so I absolutely loved it. And then now I'm moved on to university and I'm teaching now. I'm teaching college now and I'm absolutely loving it and getting into the groove of that and learn the ins and out of all of that right there. So it's been a lot of fun. COVID has sucked, but has taught me a lot. Also have a community group here and a community choir that I'm really happy to lead. And it's been a crazy ride and just trying to figure everything else out and grow through this thing called life. So, the things I like. I love the parks. I love
like Disney parks.
I love anything in all Disney.
Or like baseball.
Anything in all Disney. I just love it.
You're not weird though.
No, I'm not.
You're probably
weird.
a little more weird about it than me.
Probably so. But you gotta understand, because we grew up poor. I remember going to and it was Salvation Army had a program in which they took kids who were disadvantaged and they put us on a trip to Disney World. And I was in elementary school. And so I dreamt many years of going to the parks. Now I can't get enough. Because every time I go there, I go back to that childlike state when I was that kid in elementary school and able to go to the park. So I don't take it for granted. So I go all the time. And I absolutely love it. I cannot get enough of it. And, it's just great.
Listen, you kind of, like, honestly, guy, you really just kind of killed my story where I was like, I really like the parks. And then you make it like an 8 Mile story. So
I love the parks.
I would just like to state for the record, his story was better, but I still do like the parks. And it's just because, like, yeah, that's all.
I mean, honestly, that's all. I go and you dream and you can imagine and I love it. I go
and I look at people and say,
and throw shade. Literally, and throw shade.
Well, no, because sometimes people, well, listen, we're going to be nice and positive, and I don't like to be judgmental.
Absolutely.
But there's sometimes that I think that people are like, you shouldn't do those things in public. Honestly, anyway, it's a great place to people watch, like, for real.
Oh, my goodness sake.
Ain't it?
Yes, it is.
For real, it is.
But why I just felt like I was bullied into saying, yes, it is.
Ain't it?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I'm not being bullied by you at all. I said it because I wanted to. Like, who are you talking to?
Oh, Lord.
Ain't it?
I was going to ask you something else. Oh, so you teach can you say where you teach?
I'm not going to say why I teach.
You might not be able to.
Exactly. I don't know. So why not? So why do it?
If we find out later, we'll tell you where. But right now, we can't tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, Google would probably tell you.
So then let Google tell it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, if you want to know, Google it. But guess what? You kind of left something out that was on my bullet points.
Okay. What is that?
A Grammy.
Oh, gosh.
He won a Grammy. I don't care, actually. But
I mean,
I'll tell you this. Let me tell you. I'm not in his choral community because, as we have addressed, I'm in the body shop land. So it's been like an ongoing joke for years between, well, how
it
many
ain't been years.
Well, I mean, how many years since you had it? Like,
right.
Since you got it. That come closer to the microphone.
Why you sound like somebody? It's like you sound like somebody's grandmama. I'm going to the microphone.
But
your tooth gonna slip out. Microphone. Like somebody like grandmama.
Get my teeth. No, seriously, you won a Grammy. But it was an ongoing joke where he would be funny about it. And then I'd think, nobody cares. And then, when was it? What was it? Oh, you did a thing for the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to record it.
Okay.
When you did that, I don't know, it was supposed to be a thing and it ended up having to be Zoom because of COVID. Anyway, whatever that thing was. And then it was like, you know what I realized? Yeah, some people care. Some people care. So, you're still just Jeff, though.
No, just Jeff. Yeah, you know, it really is a great honor, and it's an honor I do not take for granted at all. What it does, it affords a platform to speak about, you know, many things, you know, that's music related and things that are just close and dear to me, you know, and building community and all those things the wonderful things that music does for us, and being a strong advocate of that. So the main thing it does is creates a platform to motivate people and inspire people to respect and understand that music should not be treated as an elective, but literally as a part of life. And so that's what excites me.
Amen.
Because if it wasn't for music, it would have saved, you know, music is what saved me. So.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I was getting ready to be a complete smart aleck about you talking about community and like community, shamunity. But then you made it sweet at the end, so I'll revoke my joke.
Thank you.
There was more words to it that was going to be funny.
Oh, okay.
Why do you keep making things so serious and you're killing my punchlines?
No. Hey, if it touches my heart, I'm sorry if it punches yours.
You know what? You know what touches my heart sometimes?
What?
Punching yours.
Boom, boom. Oh, shh. That did not seem. That wouldn't even sound funny. Okay, I'm hit pause next. So June 23rd is a day that we decided to launch the podcast. It's a very special day for a very specific reason. That being said, I'm going to let Kristie talk to you about that and why is today so special. Kristie, take it away.
Okay. So when you're hearing this, the day that this comes out, it might not be when you're hearing it, but the day that this drops, will be the 10-year anniversary of the death of my husband. So, as I said earlier, I'm 43. When I was 33, I became a widow. Had my little tiny guy, who is not so tiny anymore, was a little baby at the time. And my husband had passed away of a brain aneurysm. And he died on June 23rd of 2011. And that's when I actually started writing the blog. I don't know if you know this or not. I started writing my blog back then because I needed a way. People are so great when there's trauma. at least in my situation, people were great when there was trauma. But I had a lot of people that came by, and I would get text messages and phone calls from people I hadn't talked to in I don't know how long, wanting to know how I was doing. And it's a lot, though, when you're going through something like that. I didn't know how I was doing. When you're 33, you don't expect to go to the funeral home. Like, you don't expect that to happen.
Right.
And it was awful. So I had started the blog as a way to just let people know how I was doing. So that's where that whole thing started from. Great outlet. It was a great outlet for me, and I realized it became like a bigger thing than I ever intended it to be. And people started coming at me saying, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it." And then widows started coming to me, old and young. Like, how did you get through it? What was going on? And all I could do was tell them exactly what my story was.
Right.
For me, I never took medication when Sean died. My mom, God love her heart, she kept telling me she thought I needed a nerve pill. Probably. I mean, and in hindsight, I don't know. Maybe I did.
Right.
But I didn't take it because I was scared to death that if I numbed it at the time, that the second that I went off the pill, it would be like fresh.
Yeah.
And like
it would finally have to deal with it.
Yeah. So, I just kind of wanted to rip it all out, like, all the time. People have asked me, when do you get over it? You don't.
You just learn to live with it?
No, I wouldn't say that either.
Okay.
I'm happy in my life right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain things that I have just like you have faith in God.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things that you just have to take it. Like, this is what, I just take it. Like, it is what it is. Like, I take it, not everybody's going to like you, right?
Right.
Like, not everybody's going to like you.
Well, you don't like everybody. So,
I know, but
right.
Let me explain something to you real quick. Let me give you some clarity, sir. I feel like everyone should like me.
I mean, this is true. I think so also.
Yeah. That's good. Thanks. Same team. But no, I really feel like, for a long time, I really wanted to turn people to like me.
Right. And I think we've all done that.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's a thing to where, like, I just had to get to a point where it's like, okay, they're just not all going to.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same thing like this. It's a thing where, does it get better? Does it get worse? Do you learn to live with it? I can't give you a gauge of that. Mm-hmm. It is a thing that happened in my life. Just like I graduated. It's a thing that happened. It's a bad thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sit and cry over him every day? No. That stops. The thing, I'll tell you this is the thing for anyone that you know who's going through grief and something traumatic. On the morning of June 23rd, this is what I think about every June 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to you, this is what I think about. I'm going to cry.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't cry. This will be the one time in this podcast I cry.
She cries. She
No,
cries.
But
she cries.
I went upstairs to my room because he had died of a brain aneurysm. So because he was so young, they didn't know what it was. So they sent a coroner to come and get his body because he had to have an autopsy done, right? Mm-hmm. So his body, it's not like they took him in an ambulance to an emergency room.
Right.
I found him that morning.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in the house. I mean, I found him at 5:00 in the morning. He was there still at 8.
Right. In the morning?
In the morning.
Okay.
So that's 3 hours of your dead loved one in your home.
Gotcha.
That's a significant amount of time. I know it don't sound, but it really kind of is.
Yeah, I know.
And you're not understanding exactly what happened. People came and got the kids out of the house, so they never saw any of that. But then my girlfriend, Jacqueline, she was there. She took me upstairs. Right. It was like, get in your room. Like, you don't need to be down here in this. And she was sitting there with me. And I was just sitting on my bed where 36 hours later, or previous, was me and my husband.
Right.
Getting ready to go to bed. Talking about family that was coming into town. Everything was fine.
Right.
Everything was normal. And I was looking out the window and it was June 23rd, I was in Fredericksburg, Virginia. The sky was so beautiful blue that morning. And there was trees. So there was my neighbor's house across the street, and there was all these green trees behind it. And I saw cars driving down the street. And I thought, how are they like going to Walmart? My world just ended.
Right.
How are they going to Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
And it just shook me. That thought in my head has never left. And I think that a lot. You know, you've been in the car with me when we've seen somebody crying. And I'm like, oh my God. I am so codependent. Let me out of this car. They might need help.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for real.
But like, I really can't stand
While the car moving. Like, can you not do this while the car moving, please?
But these things like that affect our life that you don't see coming. His death taught me so much. Let me tell you, who you see right now is not who I was. That's not who he was married to.
Right.
I am much more confident. I mean, I have a bleach blonde mohawk now. I'd have never done that before. Because I know now, YOLO. I know that's like but really, you only have one life. Live it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you want a bleach blonde mohawk, do it. It's just hair.
I don't think I want to do it, but I get it.
I don't think you should.
I mean, for real.
But if you want to, I'll support you.
I thank you for your support. It is really not needed because I'm not doing it.
But, you know, I like tattoos. I have tattoos. Because it's nothing offensive now, mind you, nothing crazy. But, you know, there's certain, I dress a certain way.
Yeah.
That I did not used to dress because I always wanted to. And you've been with me 150 times and heard this. Every time I go somewhere.
Are you pink?
Yeah, I do get that a lot, but that's not what I was going to say.
No, she ain't pink.
No, but people will say, I love the way you dress.
Yep.
What follows that?
I love your hair.
Oh, well, that's not what I meant, but yeah, I get that one too. But what follows that?
It's so many things that follow. I don't.
No.
Oh, I wish I had the confidence to do what you do.
Right.
You've heard that, yeah.
And what's my response?
I don't know.
You should listen.
You do it, Queen. No. I mean, I don't know.
Why are you making peacock sounds?
You do it, Queen.
But I do it.
I don't have COVID. I got my shots. Go ahead. Allergies.
I got my shots. It's allergies. Anyway. But what I'm saying, though, for real, like, I don't care anymore. If I like it, I'm going to wear it.
This is true.
If I want to do it, I will do it.
Mm-hmm.
I also placate no one anymore. And I love everybody. That's the difference. I love people to a fault. But guess what? I also, if you're toxic, I'm going to love you from over here. And I'm going to let you have your good life over there. Whether it be good, bad, or indifferent.
And if they bother with your life, well then.
Then we'll have a conversation about that.
Yeah,
but people don't affect my life.
Right.
That's something really, as hard as they've tried.
Yeah.
I've been tried. God knows I've been tried. But in my heart and in my soul, I know who I am, what type of person I am. And like, this is a passion project for me because one, I want to make people laugh.
Right.
But also, between me and you, we've been through some dark, heavy garbage, like for real.
Yeah.
And
they call it life.
Yeah.
No one is exempt.
No one is exempt. Boy, though, people can help like themselves by listening.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't come out right. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, listening to a lot of these things helped me. It's taught me faith, peace, gratitude. I don't question God anymore. Grace. I questioned God for a long time. Like, why would you do this to me? I mean, am I that bad? Am I being punished? Am I being paid for? And let me tell you something. God don't punish you like that. God loves you. And for whatever reason it was, that God took Sean. He had his reasoning, and it was part of his plan. And again, that's just faith in that.
Yeah. I remember you talking about we talking about this at one point, and you had said that when Sean passed, through all the trauma, you also had a peace.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was I can't explain it. I swear I wish I could explain it.
Mm-hmm.
But I prayed. Because you do the thing. I was upstairs when he died. I had no idea. I was asleep and he was dying, and I had no idea. Because I thought he was downstairs playing Madden.
Right.
That's what he said he was doing. That's what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then he had an aneurysm and he died. But like, could I have done something? Could I have? And I would get the biggest peace come over me. One, there was nothing I could have done.
Right.
I know that. I mean, science tells me that too. But two, for me personally, it was a peace that I had, like, you don't know, just go. You don't know, just go with it.
You ever feel like sometimes that even though you have peace, have you been in a situation where you've had peace, but you almost ignored the peace because you want to find out what happened or why did it happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you go through that at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And here's the thing, but what happens with that? You're never going to find the answer.
Right.
When it's not absolute. You know, you could ask me a question right now, and I could give you the biggest bunch of crap as an answer.
That
and
sounds good.
And you take it for face value, but it's really crap.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, when I was given that faith or through my faith, I should say, given that peace, like, listen, girl, this ain't about you.
Mm-hmm.
You're good, and you're going to be fine. Guess what? I wasn't fine overnight.
Right.
There was one point, I don't remember exactly what happened. I should have probably called somebody before I did this podcast that knew better, because I really don't remember chunks of things that happened then.
Right.
But I went walking down the street, left the house, and I was just crying. I had on a nightgown, no shoes, no nothing. I think that's why my mom probably thought I might have needed a pill.
I mean, for real.
She might have been a little
right
right at that point. What are you doing? But, you know, I was broken. I was so broken from that whole thing. And it took me... Why is there people being loud? You want to yell at them again?
We're recording a podcast. Stop fussing out there. Glory. Jeez.
Oh, gosh.
Go ahead and mess up our moment.
I know. And I was like all serious and tears and stuff.
And
Thank you.
You hear outside.
We are not in a studio.
Get out.
We are in... That's what you get. Will you quit trying to be a peacock?
No, actually.
I hate
won't.
it.
Oh, I hate it.
Gosh. But, no, anyway, what were you asking? You asked me something.
I don't know.
Did I answer it?
Probably.
Okay. So, but today is the anniversary. And I had a hard time for a long time with Thanksgivings. Thanksgiving Day. I still, not gonna lie, not my favorite. Because it was Sean's favorite. And he had a hard upbringing. So one year he went to my parents' house in Northeast Tennessee, very picturesque, like literally could be like a Hallmark card. And we had Thanksgiving. And he was outside throwing football with my son and my nephew. And he started crying. And I was like, and he didn't cry. Like, he wasn't a crier at all.
Right.
And I was like, why are you crying? And he said, all I ever wanted was to be normal. A normal holiday. Without screaming and fighting. And this is the first time I've ever had a normal holiday. So, Thanksgiving, let me tell you, Thanksgiving, you can find me. It still happens every Thanksgiving, at least once. I'll go into the bathroom and I'll play P. Diddy, Every Breath You Take. You know the version that I'm talking about? I will play that and I will cry. Now, it used to be that I would sit in the trunk of my car at the Wawa. I swear to God.
The trunk was closed?
No,
Okay.
open.
Hold
No,
on.
it was open.
Like,
But I would sit in the trunk, and Jacqueline would meet me and sit in the trunk
okay.
in the Wawa parking lot on Thanksgiving morning. And we would just sit there and listen to that and cry. Now it's just one time in the bathroom. So if I ain't in the trunk, progress.
I just got a problem with the trunk part.
I mean, listen.
I understand.
I don't know.
I understand grief, but can we be a different location? I'm just saying. I'm in the trunk crying and the trunk closed. I'm still crying.
There's an emergency release handle. Let me show you. Did you know that? Body shop. Emergency release handle in the trunk.
Listen.
Know where yours is in your own car. If you don't, it is a bad idea. Anyone could be abducted at any time. FYI, I'm a fan of true crime. Go ahead.
And that was an ADD moment.
And
that
was a public service announcement. Public service announcement. There are, in all 2010 model vehicles and higher, there's an emergency release handle in the trunk. You need to find that because you could be abducted because people are crazy. Thank you. Anyway. But, so when I was talking about Jeff.
I mean, you really wasn't.
When I was talking to
right
about a launch date, I brought this up and said, a day that was awful for me. This is something I have wanted for so long, and something that Sean would be so behind and like, do it, do it. Like, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it. Can we make it that day? And you were like,
yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. That's your story. And you can't deny your story. Your story is what makes you. But it also depends on other lessons that you've learned from that story. Some people learn wrong lessons,
Yeah.
I've gone through this, and now, no, you've literally learned the wrong lessons. And this is why you keep going through the situation.
I mean, for real.
Sorry. So I think you've learned the right lessons. But on the other hand, also, you are still learning. Mm-hmm. And people have to understand is that you're still evolving. Mm-hmm. And you continue to evolve until you're no longer here.
Well, and I'm exactly.
If you have the desire to grow and learn.
I mean, one thing that I'll say that is different. There is, like, you came from a single mom household.
Yes.
My oldest two, I divorced. Me and their daddy got divorced.
Right.
I mean, he's cool. Mm-hmm. Shout out. But,
right.
Whatever. They had a single mom household, but he's always been involved with them. He's always known. But then there's my little guy who lost his daddy.
Right.
And I'm a single mom to him. I'm all he's got.
Gotcha.
And he's well aware that I'm it.
Right.
And that's something that I'll say having, at first it was like, how am I going to get him cared for while I work? I didn't think about how am I going to deal with a preteen who don't understand why his dad was gone, but his brother has his.
Yeah.
And what that's like, raising that.
Yeah.
And trying to be a good mom and not be a dad. Because I ain't my kid's daddy.
Right.
They all have had one. I ain't the daddy.
But I got to give a shout out to, honestly, but I also got to give a shout out to your children's dad. Because he doesn't treat your baby boy like he's somebody
Not
different.
at all. Yeah, no, I mean.
And that's what's needed, and that's healthy.
Yeah, he does such.
That's healthy.
Anytime he comes, he don't just take. The only time he ever just takes the older two is like to a movie, and that's because it is age appropriate.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, And
those kids are grown.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, or time, because he's still little sometimes.
Yeah.
But anytime they go out to eat, ice cream, go to a park, go do anything. I mean, I swear, I think at times he likes the little one more than his own two.
Right. But
the oldest will say that too.
It goes to show one thing, though. It doesn't matter if both of the parents are in the home or if one parent is in the home. It takes a village.
It takes a village.
And just make sure you got the right village people.
Why?
I mean, honestly, make sure you got the right,
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that that's really important. I've been blessed, but not to say, as you said, that people will make mistakes along the way.
Right.
That I've made mistakes and had to realize I wasn't doing the right lesson.
I mean, we've all been there.
Like I thought I had learned the right lesson. And it's like, nope, that's not the lesson.
Yeah. Right. My professor used to always call it intention versus function. You may intend it, it to be one thing, but how does it function? If it does not function the right way, relook at your intentions. Change it.
Well, let me tell you though, how many times do people think, say them words again?
Intention versus function.
They think that they think their intention and function is right, but don't see the chaos that it's causing around them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, very good. Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's where I think as a human too, though, it takes a village.
Yeah.
Sometimes you literally have to be loving and go up to people. Let me tell you about my girl, Michelle.
Okay.
And this is a quick side story, and then I'll shut up. Okay? Mm-hmm. We just kind of went on a railroad track, but
right.
Hey, here we go. Me and her, I don't know how long ago it was. It's like 8 months ago. I had said something to her. Like, I don't know if it was a text message or the phone. I don't know. But we always had a girls' night. Like, we'd go out once a week. And when we were out, she goes, hey, I want to say something to you. And I was like, okay, what's up? And she goes, you were kind of snippy this week. Did I do something? Like, what are you mad over? And I was like, no, what'd I say? Well, it was a thing that came, I was texting, she was texting. It came across like me being a hag.
Right.
Because it was textually taken in the wrong way. When I put my tone with it, then you understood.
Yeah.
But let me say something about that girl. She taught me something in that moment. She was bothered by something. She didn't shut me off. She didn't, like quit talking to me. She didn't even start a text war. When the next time she saw me face to face, she was like, hey, this bothered me. What happened? Have you noticed now, anytime that I think that you're rude on a text message, I'm like, are you being rude?
Right, exactly.
Like, I'll ask you, or is this what, because I'm, first of all, not going to get sassy.
Mm-hmm.
I do that with everyone.
Right.
With my friends now.
Right.
Anyone, because not come at them confrontationally, because there's no reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for that. Just like, hey, is this what happened? Because if I assume that you're a human doing your best today, maybe your best is garbage. But if it's your best, it's your best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And if they keep being garbage, then you don't have to associate with them.
Well, you have to learn to extend grace, the grace that you may want in return one day. If that makes sense to you. You have to be, because one day I may be in a place where I'm snippy or I'm blah, 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 and I want you to give me the benefit of the doubt. You cannot expect something that you don't extend yourself.
True.
And so therefore there's a lot of psychotically self-righteous people walking around with no wherewithal of themselves.
Yeah, but you know something that I will say in my world, which is completely different than yours.
Right.
Because I'm a little bit of a dirty hippie too.
Okay.
I
was called a hippie yesterday. I remember that on a plane or somewhere. So I was called a hippie. Because I had holes in my jeans.
Welcome to the club.
I said, I'm not a hippie.
It's fun over here.
I'm not a hippie. But okay.
I'm working on you.
Oh, well.
I'm working on you.
To dream the impossible dream. Okay.
But I will say that a lot more people are coming, or that mental health is becoming much more socially acceptable.
Yes.
Taking care of your mental health.
Absolutely.
I think that more people are involved in it. And the more people that actually, I do therapy, it's my favorite thing. I love it. I think everybody should go to therapy 80 times a week.
Yes.
I'm totally kidding. Not 80 times a week. But I believe if you think that you're perfectly healthy, you should go to therapy.
I mean, honestly.
And the reason is because if you think that everything, that you could not ever have to talk to anybody about anything, you might really need to talk to somebody about something.
But you got to understand, so for so many, even now, therapy is like taboo. If you say you're going to therapy, something must be wrong.
See, in my land, it's not.
And it's like, it's like, well, maybe something is wrong. And that's okay.
Right.
That's okay. It's really okay. The courage is to have the courage to get better, to become a better version of yourself. Because when you're a better version of yourself, everyone reaps the benefit of a good you.
And you know something that I just realized?
What?
What did I just say? No, this is like this is for real. I'm realizing something like in this exact moment. You said there's still a stigma.
Yes.
To go into therapy and have mental health. I just said.
Not where you from.
I was literally saying, I think in society right now, it's much more open and there's not that it's a divide of our lives.
Right.
Culturally or age or.
I don't know.
Yeah. But that's sad. So whatever it needs to be cut out to where everybody is comfortable to go and take care of yourself and your mental health needs and have somebody to talk to and don't walk around so angry. So that's something I'll say. Let me tell you, you get on TikTok long enough, there are so many people planning vengeance. I can't walk around mad all the time. I don't walk around mad all the time. Like, I'm going to be over here happy.
Right.
You can blow up and bust, but I'm going to be happy. I'm going to take care of my people, my life,
right,
and keep living my way, the best way I know how. And realize that it's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to say, I'm having a tough freaking day.
Yeah. But it's hard sometimes. And sometimes it's hard to ask for help, but to take that first step in asking is courageous. For some people, easy.
See, for me, it's easy. Is it hard for you?
Oh, sometimes, yes. Absolutely. There's sometimes it's not at all. It depends. It all depends. But then you do research when you go to a therapist and you find out why is it hard? And right. you feel, why is that hard for me? It could be codependent issues. It could be rejection issues. It could be so many things that have happened to you that you did not even realize that it happened to you. And so as a result, you are responding to things and you don't even understand why you're responding to them the way that you are.
But then doesn't it give you such a sense of self-control? After Shauna died and I started going to therapy, I guess it was like 3 years later, 4 years later, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, some years later.
I wasn't
some years. I didn't know you then.
Right.
Some years later. But it became so great for me to realize why I did some things. And I was able to forgive myself for a lot of stuff because it's like, oh, girl, you were so broken. It's okay.
Right.
Like if it was, let me put it this way. There was things that I hated about me. But if you'd have said it to me and been like, listen, this is how I feel and this is what I did and this is why I did it, I'd have been like, it's okay. And I'd have hugged you. Like we all make mistakes.
Right.
You know what I mean? If it was my kid, but the way I talk to me, I talk to me worse than I'd ever talk to anybody else.
It's a lot easier sometimes to forgive other people than it is to forgive yourself.
That glory.
Yeah.
Truth. So basically, this is why we're here, to talk about these kind of things.
Yeah.
And also make you laugh and cry, apparently, on episode 1.
Yeah, and to say that, hey, we're here, this life is... It's a journey. We're not coming to you as experts in the field of anything.
We are an expert of nothing.
Literally, we're just talking about experiences and how do we grow from them.
Right, like he's real good at music, and I'm pretty good at cars, but we experts at nothing. No,
she's incredible at cars. Period. I'm pretty good at music. I still have a long way to go.
I mean, you're incredible.
No, but okay, no. But anyways, moving on. That being said, it's more so of saying, come join this podcast with us. Come on this journey with us for the highs and the lows. It's literally just a journey.
Right.
And so journey that we want to share and help you grow, which in turn helps us grow.
For real. And then really, the more people that we can help and make them feel comfortable. I mean, honestly, if somebody's having a terrible, terrible day and we make them laugh, it could be like the difference between a car wreck and road rage. You never know.
I mean, for real.
Listen, it's world help.
And the thing about it, we're not going to have all the answers at all.
We might just have more. We might make you have more questions.
I mean, for real. And we're not going to always agree. But that's okay.
I don't think we do often.
It's just, I mean, we do often. But we just disagree just that quick. So I guess you're right. I mean, yes, we do. What are we doing? Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, so that is going to be a wrap of episode 1. So that's a wrap for today, at least for me. I'm podcasted out. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, if there is any subject that you would like for us to cover, anything, or you have any emails, you have any questions that you may have, could you email us at info at redandgreen.com. That's info at REDDANDGREEN.com. Again, info at redandgreen.com. We look forward to talking to you soon.
So also, go on whatever platforms you use and rate us 5 stars and leave a review.
Yes, please.
Yes. If you like what you hear, share it with your friends, your families, strangers. I don't care. Share, share, share. You're going to be able to find more fun stuff over at redandgreen.com. You can follow us on Instagram at redandgreen. And if you play your cards right and beg Jeff, because I've asked for it, maybe he'll let us make a Red and Green TikTok where I could force him into fun dances and things because it would make me happy. So I want to say thank you so much for listening. We can't wait to see you again.
But what about, don't we have shirts and we're going to have shades and hats and jeans and all kinds of stuff? Parachutes? Do we have anything
merch?
Like that? Oh, that's what we call it? Merch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're not putting the merch out yet.
Oh, so we're not having
I mean, you can kind of see it, but we trying to, you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
I mean, I don't know. I'm new to this podcast stuff.
You've approved designs. That's all you need to do. You say that's pretty.
Wow.
But anyway, thank you so much. We appreciate it. At Red and Green, the podcast.
Colorblind.